Hi, welcome to Positively Sparking, a podcast on internet marketing, online productivity and business. Hi guys, welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you here. It's just little old me today. I say little old me, but my dog Bobby is just lying beside me. So Bobby and I are going to chat you through 3 tips which will help you if you are looking to help your web marketing perform better. Or if your web marketing is not working out for you, these 3 tips will give you 3 things to look at to try and enhance it. So before we go ahead with these 3 tips, 2 things to tell you. So first thing is, I'm so delighted to say this is actually the 99th episode of our podcast. And to think this all started with me, my Mac and my mic, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone that's listened and all the 99 guests we've had on the show so far. It's been just a wonderful experience, probably the best networking I've ever done, and definitely one of the highlights of my week every week. And the second bit of news is that from episode 100, we will be called Digital Sparks. So we've changed so much in those 99 episodes. We've learned so much along the way. And that new brand name of Digital Sparks just feels like the right thing for us. We want to be the place that all you guys can learn about the latest things in web marketing, online productivity and digital entrepreneurship, where you can meet some people who have their own inspiring message to give you, and the place that you can come to move into your own business with a new energy and belief from the message they give you. So guys, please keep listening. We really appreciate it. Let us know what you think of the new name. We love hearing from you. And if there's any other way that you believe we can make this show better for you, please tell us that too. We will always be all ears. Right, let's get into these 3 tips. I hope they help you. They are 3 things we use at Positive Sparks every week, and they seem to span every business type. Let's see if they can help you too. So, let's go right into tip number 1. Tip number 1 is, are you overselling? A lot of people oversell, not just in online marketing, but in marketing in general. And if we remove ourselves away from our business and just think of ourselves as someone meeting a new person perhaps at a networking event or even a party, then we tend not to warm to people who sell to us right away, who are not interested in who we are or what we're about, or don't even want to spend any time getting to know us, engaging in conversation, and learning about what each of us have in common. Now, it's the same in online marketing. So if you post lots of sales messages out there online, then it's very, very hard for people to connect with that. And just as we all get irritated by phone calls at unsociable times of the day, trying to sell anything from PPI to double glazing to us, it's the same in online marketing. We have to really think through how we're communicating with people. So if we find that people are not looking at our posts, if we find that people are unsubscribing from our mailing lists or unfollowing us in social media, or not liking or engaging with anything that we post online, then it's probably true that we're maybe overselling. We're telling people things that make them feel like we're shouting at them. It's very important in online marketing to have a balance between branding and selling. And every one of the 3 tips we're going to talk about today will sort of focus on this point. Online, a huge amount of what online branding actually is comes down to trust. An example of this in action is when we think of the fact that many people would prefer to buy a product from Amazon rather than a cheaper, less well-known seller. And that all comes down to trust. People trust that Amazon will refund their product if they don't like it, that they have strong customer service there in place should they need it. And because the name is so well known, people are already aware of Amazon as an online store. So if you were promoting your products or services without doing anything to promote your brand, your values, your belief, you're really going to struggle to sell. Because all you're really doing is selling. So what else should you do? Share useful resources. Create wonderful things that people are going to enjoy. And promote these things online. everything you create can fit in and stand alongside what it is you actually offer for sale. But by sharing what you know, that's one of the biggest steps towards building trust online. And it's exactly why marketing methods like content marketing or great social media accounts are so popular, because they're resources that people refer to again and again and again. Tell people what you believe in. Tell them your story. Why did you start your company? And look to help anyone who's also online, whether that's social media or a forum or any place that you can find digitally. Anyone looking for help in and around the world that you're within, help them. All of these things will help you promote your brand online. And bringing that into your whole marketing process will help you address the balance between brand and sales. That balance will start to arise. There are many ways we can share things these days. We can write words, we can create videos, imagery, and even audio, just like this podcast here. So be a multimedia version of yourself and try to post at least twice as many brand messages as you do sales. If you can do that, then this notion that you're overselling, that all you ever do is sell, will begin to become readdressed. So tip number 2 is in contrast to overselling. Some people overbrand. We all know incredibly talented, wonderful people and businesses that never do as well as it feels inside like they should do. So why is this? Well, often people never ask anyone to buy something from them. They give wonderful things away, create these wonderful resources and shareable things we spoke about in the first point, but they never ask for anything in return. Signs that you are in this particular group include people love what you do. They love what you post online, but they rarely inquire to buy anything off you. Other people believe you are doing far better than you actually are. And maybe some people don't quite understand what you actually have for sale. If any of the above sound familiar, then it could be that you are overbranding. Now, being overbranded is actually a great position to be in. For me as an online advertising marketeer, it's the best kind of new client to work with, because what we're in a position to do is now take all of those people who are already connected with your brand and already love what you do and offer them something. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to reach out to those people and make a definite offer for one thing to all of these people, absorbing and engaging with what you're about. Maybe incentivize that first offer and try and get those people to become actual customers rather than just lovers of who you are and what you're about. Now, tip number 3 looks at our audiences in general. So as you can see, it's really important in marketing to have that balance between brand and sales. And in order to have that balance and address it correctly, what we need to do is show people the right message at the right time. So our third tip is to look at, to segment, and to be aware of all of your audiences, and not just think of your audience as one group of people who are all the same, because they're not. People new to our business will very rarely convert from seeing a sales message right away. The only exception to this is if you are absolutely the cheapest person on the market for what you offer. And price is definitely a motivator. But if, like most businesses, you're not all about price, then you have to segment your audiences in order to bring that nice balance between brand and sales. So first thing, define who is new. Who's come to you for the first time, and make sure that these people encounter your brand messages first, not your sales messages. Now, when people are more aware of you, look to track that. Look to know who are the people that have already engaged with your brand, and this group of people, look to learn more about them. So what can you now post to this group of people that helps you discover what they like the most about what you're saying, what they are most interested in? And once you know this, then you can create a third group of people that are your most interested members of your overall audience, your people who are kind of ready to become your customers. So your best engagers, these are the people to sell to. These are the people to make an offer to. And these are the people who want to know what you can do for them now that they know and trust you. So thinking of those 3 tips together, what we're looking to establish to make our web marketing work is a balance between our brand and sales messages. And in order to achieve that, we need to know what type of person is visiting our site at different times. And if we can manage to do that and segment our audiences into new people, engaged people, and then highly interested people, we have the makings of a great web marketing campaign. All we need to do now is make the right offers. Hope that's helped you guys. Those 3 tips are things we use every single week at Positive Sparks, and they've helped us really make some great campaigns or even rescue marketing campaigns that weren't working as well as everybody wanted. If you have any great tips that have helped you make your web marketing more successful, I'd love to hear them. And if there's any other tips that you'd like to be addressed in a podcast, I'd love to know about that too. Thanks for listening. Wishing you the very best in what you do and a wonderful weekend. This podcast was brought to you by Positive Sparks, online advertising and pay-per-click agency for UK e-commerce businesses. If you would like 3 free tips on how to use pay-per-click to grow your business, please visit us at 3tips.positivesparks.com today.